Hello, it is Rachel from Nameless and Friendless. Sorry, it's just the camera. As soon as I change to video camera, it always changes modes. And the dog is distracting me, and this is my third attempt to make this video, and I would like to make it under 10 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to do a video today, a short tarot card reading on how Pisces and Taurus can relate to one another. Because I am a Taurus, as is my friend Stephanie, who started this channel with me, even though she has not contributed lately, and thinks that I have more of a presence than she does, which is untrue, like by far. But anyway, back to the point. I am surrounded by people who are Pisces, born in March. 2 brothers born in March. 2 friends who are twins, born on my youngest brother's birthday in March. My son, born in March. Sister-in-law, born in March. Her sister, born in March. So already I've probably shared more information about all these people than they ever wanted shared on the internet. And hopefully they never figure out that I have a channel, because Pisces are somewhat secretive. And you know what? I've been fighting that for a long time. People who don't want all their information to be public. I consider that a slap in the face of truth, because if it's a fact, I should be able to talk about it. That is a Taurus thing. I think it may also be, you know, something related to one of the other planets and where it was when I was born, like my specific birth chart, but a couple different planets were in Taurus, so I'm gonna say that's probably a Taurus thing. So I struggle. I definitely overshare. I definitely have to learn to respect more secretive people and accept that about them instead of fighting it. And that will just benefit everyone all the time. I can't say that I super fight about sharing about my friends, but sometimes I do run into a blockage of communication. You know, a situation will come up and I'll have a personal story that I can relate to it. And on their side, there's empathy, there's support, there's all these great responses, but it's never a personal flowing of information. It's just sort of an agreement, a support, an empathetic response. Because Pisces tend to be higher in emotions. Water signs in general tend to be more emotional. And I, the Taurus, I'm an earth sign, and luckily I have a water sign, Cancer rising, or else I would have literally no emotional signs anywhere in my entire birth chart. So I'm clinging to that little bit of Cancer so that I can have some kind of knowledge of what's going on in the world of emotion. But we're making this quick, so I gotta keep going. Okay, so Pisces, a little secretive. They tend to go with the flow. Everything I've read in all these horoscopes lately, because I've read the horoscopes for all these different people, you know, to spark conversation or just to study or just out of curiosity. It says things like, one of them had a phrase, you know, if you're put on the spot, your first instinct will be to lie and you don't even know why. I said, oh, great. That's wonderful. That's really what you want to hear about your kid. Or the other one said, you have no problem exaggerating to enhance a story. I'm like, oh, another lie. Okay. So these are things that like Taurus hears and goes like, rah, lies. We want truth. But it's not that simple. And it's not as if a Taurus doesn't lie. I mean, constantly. The other day, someone asked me something, and I was put on the spot, and my first response was lying. So what am I supposed to say? My moon was in Pisces? Like, it happens all the time. And I think really a Taurus is being a bit hypocritical if they want to point it out in other signs. So I drew 2 tarot cards after just kind of thinking about this and reading about it and pondering it. And I wrote my question first. I said, what is a good tarot card to teach me how to kind of bridge the differences, or, you know, the relationship between a Taurus and a Pisces? So the first card was from the Taurus point of view. Like, what does a Taurus need to draw in card form that can kind of help open up the possibilities of the friendship or relationship in general. It can be family, friend, love, whatever, between a Taurus and a Pisces. And then my second card, because we don't want to leave them out, is what a Pisces can do to bridge the relationship between a Taurus. So I drew 2 cards, and here's what they were. For Tauruses out there, people born in May, like me and Stephanie, I drew the moon. And I was really psyched about that at first. And then, you know what? In my mind, it doesn't have a bad connotation. It's kind of an exciting card because of the words intuitive and unconscious. But the more I read about it, the more, you know, keywords of the moon upright still are anxiety and deception. So it is an interesting card. And I think what it's trying to tell us is that in our Pisces friends, there may be, well, the moon is supposed to have the 2 sides, the light side and the dark side. So we have to acknowledge that when we are dealing with these Pisces people, the light side is what they show us, and the dark side is what they simply don't show us. But the good news is that dark side is the unconscious. So it might be where their feelings are formed, where things are less reality, you know, feelings, thoughts, ideas. They haven't been made concrete yet. So in their unconscious lurks all sorts of fun things. If you can get into a Pisces unconscious, you could really get to know them, which is a fun battle, you know, because I think that that is the problem the Taurus has. It's like they won't tell me about themselves. They won't tell me their problems. They won't tell me about things that are bothering them so that I can be a good Taurus and go fix them. So this is where a disconnect happens, but just remember, those problems are in their unconscious, their illusions, their ideas, their thoughts. So get your Pisces to do some art with you. Or just, you know, in general, kind of keep an eye out for metaphor in the life of your Pisces or in the things that they create, because that would be a good way to relate to them. Because Pisces are very artistic. They enjoy expressing themselves in many ways. And just because they don't want to come up to you and go, blah, 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 this went wrong today, in no way means they're not letting those feelings out. You just have to be a little bit more of a detective about it. So, at first I was excited about the moon, and you know what? That was the right response. And then reading those negative words, they're not negative. They are, they're life. And they're accepting and respecting the Pisces desire to have their, you know, front sun-shining face and also their concealed dark side would be a good thing for any sign. But, you know, this card was related to Taurus, but it would be good for anyone. Anyone and everyone should respect and accept other signs' need for privacy. Especially truth-loving truthers who just want to shout all their most personal details from the hilltops, like me, because it just feels like a good way to be open and honest, and we get like good feelings from that. Okay, so that was the first card. I'm doing okay, but I don't have a lot of time left. Then, for a bridge for a Pisces person to relate to Taurus. I mean, you could reverse everything I've said so far, so maybe this will be quicker, but I drew the 10 of Cups. And this is hands down a good card. In the Rider-Waite deck, the traditional first tarot deck, I guess, or a very much older one than the one I'm using, there's like 10 full cups, kind of a rainbow in the sky, and there's a happy couple, like, you know, their arms around each other, and a happy children dancing on the lawn, and a happy house, and a happy sun shining on the house, and it's just very idyllic. So basically the 10 of Cups is cups are emotions, so it's emotional fulfillment, and it's like the happily ever after card. And I think if you're a Pisces relating to a Taurus, you just have to keep in mind that the Taurus, their goal is the 10 of Cups. They want emotional fulfillment, and they want the happily ever after, the physical happily ever after with the little house and the little family and the dancing children. They want it for themselves and they want it for you. And, you know, everything's light. The sun is literally lighting up everything in the card. So, you know, they just want the banishment of that dark side. And, you know, that's not going to happen. It's not reality. And even for a Taurus, it's not going to happen. So just remember when you're relating to Taurus, if you want to open up to them and tell them about things that bother you, they are going to try and problem solve those things, or they're going to feel kind of useless. They're going to become a detective and try to get more information, and you might not be comfortable with that. So you might end up doing a lot of placating, which could cause tension because your Taurus friend is going, why won't they tell me? Why are they keeping the secret? And you know what? It's perfectly okay to keep a secret. And just because someone wants to help you problem solve doesn't mean that that particular problem needs them to intervene. So just remember, your Taurus friends are looking for well-lit. They want to shine a light on everything until finally everything's lit up and everyone's happy. They're loyal, kind of low on emotions, but then the rest of their charts, I'm sure almost everyone's going to have some emotion in there somewhere. But they just want earthly fulfillment. And emotions, though they seem very elusive, are, you know, an earthly element, because I would say your emotions are separate. Separate, but influencing your spiritual side. So I don't know. I'm getting off track. Long story short, Pisces, the fish, relating to Taurus, the bull. Different universes? Perhaps you should do art together and limit your activities to artistic expressions of yourselves or other people so that you can discuss the subjects fully the way the Taurus wants to, but you can enjoy and appreciate the metaphor. The Taurus can still glean information through the Pisces, speaking of a metaphor, about the Pisces and what's going on their dark side. So if you enjoy art together, opera, television shows, making art, painting, whatever it is, you know, songs, if you enjoy it together, the Taurus can kind of interview the Pisces. Oh, well, did you like this about it? Did you like that about it? You can kind of shine your light into that area of their life instead of just kind of, you know, invading their privacy and getting a bunch of information about them that you might accidentally share with other people because you feel like it's true and everyone should know the truth. So I didn't keep it under 10 minutes. That's better than the last video, which was like 17. Oh, I'm at 13 now. This is Rachel from Nameless and Friendless. Done for the day. If you have liked this video, push the like button and then all your friends will know. So I bet only the Taurus are going to like it and the Pisces are going to ignore me. I'm just kidding. Comment if you think I'm totally wrong, if you think I'm right, if you have other things to add. And make a response video if you feel so led. Obviously, there's not a lot going on here production-wise. Someday, I hope to change that, considering I'm a very shamed filmmaker, or film major, I should say. So yeah, I should be trying a little harder. But we'll get there. Rachel from Nameless and Friendless, signing off and hoping that this inspires Stephanie to talk about being a strong Taurus bull in the springtime. Please, Stephanie, make a response video. And if anyone else has ever seen Stephanie's videos, they're amazing. And you should comment and ask her to make a video as well. And that is all. Have a good day. Have a good March 19th. My brother's and my friend's birthday. I hope it's super lucky for all of you.